Girls' locker room. PE is awful. I hate PE. PE really sucks, man. Boys' locker room. The socioeconomic state of America is causing the population to become more and more divided, making it harder for us as a country and people to come together on common ground and to form a consensus of reasonable action to take in the near future. I propose that in order to solve this matter that we... Hi again, everyone, and welcome back to the Quite YouTube channel, the only place where you can simultaneously lose and grow back your hairline. No prop for today, just my hands. I feel naked. But the last week has been rife with drama. What, from Pro Jared nay-naying his career to James Charles nay-naying his career. I've been having an absolute field day, all things considered. I uploaded 4 days in a row, with 3 of those being around somewhat drama trends, and I feel like it's time that we unwind a little bit by taking a look at some memes. If you've been on Twitter, Reddit, or those stolen meme Instagram pages where, let's face it, most of you probably spend all of your afternoons on, you may have been seeing this little meme format going around that goes something like Girls' Locker Room, where they're all just talking about surface level stuff like cute boys and how PE works. Or sometimes it's showing how the girls' locker room is always at war with itself. Whereas the Chad boys' locker room is insane. How it always immediately devolves into an absolute war zone of chaos and friendly fire and human rights violations that the UN is blissfully unaware of for the 5 minutes of downtime that the boys are given to change in there. The meme first popped up on my timeline with a Grande tweet where he memed of the James Charles format with this situation, which it's ironic that I bring up in this video, since this video is meant to be a universal breather from somebody losing 3 million subscribers in less than a week. Not the third time I'm jumping the F back into it. But anyways, girls' locker room. PE is the worst. Oh my god. Boys' locker room. James, please stop. I told you I'm not gay. Well damn, that shit cut hella deep right off the bat. I feel like I've had my lower intestine pulled out of my asshole because of how deep this tweet has burrowed its way inside of me. It's like a parasite that lays in you undetected and bides its time, waiting for the perfect moment to explode inside of you, shooting its eggs everywhere, just to complicate your already fucked up day. So pretty much exactly what a meme is meant to, yeah. Now the whole point of this meme is to push the supposed differences between how boys and girls act in their respective locker rooms to the point of no return and into absolute idiocy, and that's pretty much where the comedy comes from. This whole thing being really stupid. Like the girls' locker room is full of casual conversation where the girls are doing whatever. Meanwhile, the boys' locker room is a full-on war zone where the demons from Doom rise out of the urinals to do battle with a bunch of hormonally charged and prepubescent boys. I can confirm you don't enter a boys' locker room and come out the other end as the same person. What you may be surprised to find out though is that according to Know Your Meme, the earliest iterations of this meme were in a completely different language, coming straight out of Russia. It came from this one Twitter user known as @1_dead_world all the way back in April 3rd, which makes it feel like this meme is on the verge of death since it actually started almost 2 months ago. But we here in the English-speaking wastelands of the West are just getting it now. This must be how people on Facebook feel when they realize that all the memes they are getting now they could have gotten 2 months ago by going on literally any other social media site. Now unfortunately, the only language I do speak is the broken and utterly poorly cobbled together mess that we call English, and I barely understand how that shit works, much less the language of the bear wrestlers, Russian. Luckily, my friend Darya does speak Russian and was kind enough to translate the original version of this tweet into English for my tiny brain to be able to understand. Go chuck her a follow over on her Instagram @NXFRVR. She was a big help with this. Anyways, here's what she said the post said. Boys' locker room, getting changed quietly. Girls' locker room, I fucking hate PE. Check out my bra. Don't look at me. There's nothing to look at. Fuck this shit. I'll say my stomach hurts. Holy hell, I'm a fatso. Stupid PE. Making it sound like a typical day of Minecraft with the lads. Speaking of that, I uploaded a stream highlights video of me and some of my friends playing Minecraft on the second channel. Y'all should check it out and stuff. It will be linked in the description where you can also find the stream itself at twitch.tv/quiet. Just follow that sucker to find out when I go live and all that. Now there is a collective of Russian versions of this meme that were the precursors to the ones that are in English. Ones that I wasn't gonna waste even more of Darya's time with asking her to explain what they mean to my puny brain, having her try to extrapolate the meaning of them. Instead I'm going to look at them and try to decipher what I can out of the Russian and OG version of this meme, and maybe about Russian culture too if I'm epic smart. Which I'm not, so that's not happening. So in all the examples I've seen so far, the typical Russian format includes all the statements of what girls might say in their locker rooms in that list format that they were in the original meme, except in future iterations that I saw, the girls' locker room became the setup for the meme instead of the punchline. Now that the perception of what it is that happens in them has already been set up. The meme moved on from being purely text-based to including images, some of which are meme reactions I never expected to see again and didn't know that Russian versions existed of. Like this one here has an Asian dude in leather pants and some weird bondage shit with spikes sticking out of it in the locker room. And if I recall correctly, this image is a screenshot from an adult film that went on to become its own fat, throbbing meme. The barrier of absurdity really is being pushed by people from around the world, from stateside to Russia. And it makes me wonder what kind of shit goes down in those Russian locker rooms. Probably have like Bakugan battles and just aren't telling anybody, keeping all the secrets of the game to themselves and whatnot with them anime-esque outfits they got on. Selfish bastards! Here we have the same list of what the girls' locker room be like before transitioning to that bit where it lets us in on how boys' locker rooms be in comparison. And the image we have to describe the Russian locker room experience is the Mike Wazowski singing picture you put in a meme when you're really into a song and you want to express that whenever said song comes on, you burst into a full performance like nobody is watching and you're just alone in the shower doing your thing, when in truth you're at a funeral and now everybody is staring at you and you're now unwelcome at the family reunion because of the disrespect you showed at the loss of a loved one. The only disrespect I'm showing here is to your wrinkly ass Aunt Gertrude. Now let me pet your damn cat for Christ's sake! The one thing that confuses me the most about this image is that I don't think I've ever seen the Mike Wazowski singing thing with a caption on it or his lyrics, so I have no semblance of an idea for what it is this caption could be saying in Russian, so I think trying to decipher it will be nothing but futile. And I guess it shouldn't be as big of a shock to me as it is, but memes really do transcend borders and languages. But the same shit that we laugh at over here can make a person on the other side of the world slightly exhale out of their nostrils when they see it. So much so that they're willing to translate said meme into their own language in order to share it with their friends at home. Memes are very wholesome when you break it down. Humans just wanting to share things with each other that they think will make other people laugh because it made them laugh. But the last Russian locker room meme that I'm gonna be taking a look at is this one where shirtless Steve T-posing with a Steve that has a shirt on who's running in the background in classic Minecraft is apparently what happens in boys' locker rooms in Russia. After looking at these Russian memes, I have once again come to the conclusion that Russia isn't a real place that exists in our plane of reality, but is in fact an alternate reality that we get very small glimpses into by way of the internet in rare tears in the fabric of space-time. This one probably got opened by that black hole we took a picture of. But now that we've looked at these Russian versions, let's get acquainted with how the English speakers have chosen to adopt and eviscerate these memes in their society. The ones that they live in and that gamers are oppressed in. I think the first English version of this epic meme, according to Know Your Meme, was of somebody on Reddit posting the initial format with the stuff that girls' locker room motherfuckers would be like. PE is awful. I hate that shitty PE. Hey, look at my bra. Before transitioning into boys' locker rooms where a Warhammer 40k fan art is the most similar thing they could think of to what's going on inside of there, we have a lot of people who feel that the boys' locker room was akin to fighting for the fate of Pokemon and human relationships, like when Reshiram reveals itself to you at the end of Pokemon Black, while others felt it to be more similar to facing down the literal creator of the universe in all of reality as you knew it, while you stare it down in the eyes with nothing but a Pokeball in your measly and mushy 10-year-old body. Both of these which I feel to be acceptable interpretations of the situation. Or while in the girls' locker room they're talking about James Charles being cancelled once and for all, the boys are all freaking out over the homie Devin bringing a weed pen. And next thing you know, they turn that bitch into Rolling Loud and Devin is diving into the crowd like Lil Uzi. Or while the girls are busy talking about what they just did in physical education class, saying shit like, I'm so tired, the test was so hard. The boys be cracking open cold ones and hopping into the janitor's bucket with the broom and going straight toward to defend their homeland of the boys' locker room. Some people have just even cut out the middleman entirely, completely forgetting about the existence of a girls' locker room to compare it to. And they just show the utopia that is the boys' locker room in all of its glory. Lil Nas X gave us his account of what it is that goes on in these boys versus girls locker rooms, where apparently in the girls' locker room they are big fans of Old Town Road compared to the boys' locker room, which prefers Jimmy Neutron characters doing the classic T-pose move to some horribly distorted and Sony Vegas bravado effect filtered Young Thug. And lastly, but certainly not least, we had AK Family Home spitting just straight facts. There's no other way to put it. Boys' locker room, he said. In this image, he had attached. Bravo, AK. Bravo! If you really think about it, what it is this says, it's a lot about society. The lockers in the room, the benches in the room that said boys are meant to sit on, it's incredibly profound. This is the meme that I feel personally reflects my experience with the boys' locker rooms the best. It's so true and speaks to the soul as many of these other memes have, but it goes a step further and displays reality in the bluntest of ways. Tell me, does art imitate life? Or does light imitate art? And it's with that thought that I will leave you with and end this video with today. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like, and if you're new, subscribe. Like I said, you can check out that second channel video that will be linked below. You can also check out Dario's Instagram down there as well. I have a podcast with Wild Spartans and FPS Diesel called Loudmouse. We upload one new episode every week on Saturdays, and we're up on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, and YouTube. If you want to support the channel a little more directly, you can do so by clicking that join button next to the subscribe button and donating $5 a month to get things like custom badges and custom emotes. It's totally optional, but it helps helps out the channel, and it is much appreciated. Like I said earlier as well, if you want to check out my stream, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Quite and follow me there to find out when it is that I'm going live. You can follow me on Twitter @Quite and on Instagram @Quite.png. Links to both of those in the description below. And lastly, I also have a Discord server. Link to that in the description as well if you're interested. Anyways, this has been Quite, and I'll see you guys next time. The reason I hold props is so I don't have to think about what it is these hands have done.